Greetings to you all. I am Afika and we are here at the Violet Hair Salon in Grahamstown for Fashion Friday's first ever discussion episode on the politics of hair. I'm going to be chatting to 4 lovely ladies with 4 lovely brands of hair, and let's hear what they have to say.
My name is Collette, and my hair doesn't define my personality.
My name is Jade, and my hairstyle has nothing to do with my race.
My name is Tsholofelo,
and this is my hair. My name is Zaza,
and I am as powerful as my hair.
A lot of us through our hair journeys, we had this thing of relaxing hair, and you know the politics about that, where people, it's either we relax our hair as assimilation to whiteness, or relax our hair because, you know, afros are deemed dirty or whatever. So, I mean, for me, as I said, my hair is just too thin to be a proper afro. Like, it will be an insult to people with afros if I grow an afro, right? So I just keep relaxing my hair because it's easier for me to maintain and just tie it up and keep it tidy for myself like that. But for you guys, what is the thing with relaxing hair for you?
I didn't decide to relax my hair, excuse me. So I don't remember the first time I got my hair relaxed. I was probably around 5, and it was my mom who made the decision to relax my hair. And I also don't know why she decided to. But I feel like for the longest time, like, relaxing hair was the norm, right? So a stranger would be like, "Oh, when are you gonna go relax?"
Yeah.
You get it? So I feel like at that time, it was normal to relax your hair. I don't know, there's always, see, the first 3 weeks of your hair relaxed, those are nice. Like the day afterwards, it's laid. Yeah. And then when the growth starts showing, it's like, okay, I have to deal with this. So I think it's always been like a control mechanism for my hair. Always saying, okay, once it gets to a certain point, I have to like rope it back in using a relaxer. Like, I don't have anything against relaxers. I just think right now, I wouldn't know what to do with straight hair. In the same sense that even when I straighten my hair, I'm like, what do I do now? It hasn't lost though. Like, yeah.
My personal opinion, my personal problem with relaxing is in terms of the damage that it does to your natural hair. Your natural hair doesn't need to take on that damage because you can still have that style with like a weave or something. You know what I mean? But it's then where people are telling you that this is neater, you know, because just because your hair is straight doesn't mean that it's neat. We're talking hair type and, you know, appearance. Those are 2 different things.
So I just want to get into this whole thing of this, this binary of relaxed hair or afro, where if you have this one, you're neat. If you have this one, you're not. And because I know for myself, when earlier this year, I undid my braids, and I was like to my sister, I'm just going to treat my hair. I'm not going to relax it, and I'm going to keep it that way. And she's like, oh, so now I suppose you're also going to start wearing makeup. So, you know. Whoa, okay. So this assumption that now if I'm not going to be wearing my hair in a relaxed way, I'm, you know, assuming a different type of style and persona or whatever image about myself. So I just want to get into that whole thing of, because it's not discussed enough that, you know, there's this idea that if we relax our hair, we're trying to be white, or as black girls, we're trying to have this colored hair, because we know the hierarchy, it's black hair, colored hair, white hair. So if we just sort of get into that.
Okay, in terms of relaxed hair, I think we simplify things a lot, and we simplify them too much. So I think there was an article that we had to read last year for media studies, which was focusing on hair, right? And it's this belief that if black women or black people relax or perm their hair, they're trying to make it white, or they're trying to be white themselves. And I think, like, look at relaxed hair. Does it look like Caucasian textured hair? It doesn't.
Never that.
Right?
They don't even want to touch our relaxed hair.
No. So see, even like a perm doesn't, you can see that it is black hair or African hair that has been straightened. So I think that that's what we need to focus on, that you're making a decision to straighten your hair, your African hair. right? So I don't think we need to make it like, oh, she's not African enough, or the whole standard that there's a set way to be African.
So from a very young age, we tell black women or young ladies that you have to relax your hair. You need to control it. For social identity, you need for the Western people to look at you and be like, okay, you're presentable. Even now in the workplace, if you go in with an afro, what are the odds that you'll actually get hired? What are those odds? And it's such a sad reality that it's just like that throughout. As you grow up, when you become small, when you grow into a lady, when you become an adult, that your hair is always controlled by society, by social norms, by beauty standards. Until this time, we'll relax young women's hair and be like, okay, that's okay. But never once are we saying your natural hair is okay. And because your hair is naturally sitting like that, that's okay. But because Bas says you must relax your hair.
Just say Bas.
I think we need to move from a point where what people outside are saying about our hair matters, because right now, yes, I get a lot of compliments with my short hair, but that's not the reason why I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and that's why I stopped relaxing my hair, because I had bad relaxed hair. Like, I'd relax on Monday, and by Wednesday, it was back to the fro, and it was an ugly fro on Wednesday. So I decided, listen, for myself, I will look better with my afro. And, it wasn't because my friends were doing it or my mom was doing it. I'm the first of my family to go and stay natural as long as I have. I'm the first to go bald. And I'm doing it for my nieces and my little sisters and my little cousins, so that, not that they can go natural, but so that they can know that they have self-agency,
Yeah.
Like, if I want to do this, I can. If I don't want to, I won't,
And then we get this weave debate. I mean, it's a bit stale, but it's still a thing that's happening in 2016, where you get people who are like, why do black women get weaves? What are they not happy with their hair? Is it this? Is it that? Are they trying to be white? Are they trying to be this and that? And people bring the whole fact that we don't even know that there are Indian women who've sacrificed their hair for this, and all of these assumptions, and then on the other side, they're saying that it's unjustified that us as black women get upset when white people appropriate our hairstyles. So I'll start with you, because you have cornrows right now, and you're not typically black, So.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a difficult thing. I'm going to say something a little bit, controversial, but I don't know. I don't believe that cultural appropriation any longer applies. This is coming from me because I'm mixed race, so I obviously come from both cultures, and you cannot stop the flow of information and inspiration in today's day and age. Whether or not that means that you are taking hair from someone else, or your beauty products came from a factory in China where people are suffering, at the end of the day, creative freedom is everything in today's day and age. I do believe that. So even when it comes to this argument of, white people taking black hairstyles, or like black people taking white hairstyles, I don't really believe that there is this thing of cultural appropriation anymore. Basically, it's freedom of expression. I can't say that your reason behind wearing a weave or not wearing a weave has anything to do with me. It could be because you saw Kylie Jenner, and it could be because you just decided you wanted to protect your hair for like 2 months. Yeah.
My issue with that, though, is because I firmly believe that blackness cannot appropriate whiteness, because westernization has told us that this is okay, and this is what you should do. So there's no way that you can tell me that straightening my hair is appropriating whiteness, because whiteness has told me that that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, for instance, with the whole Kylie Jenner outbreak situation, I have a problem with it when they think that appropriating blackness is for style and for fashion. Whereas we do these things for protective measures. We do these things because it's what we need to do to protect our natural hair. But then if you're going to now have cornrows and be like, hashtag black, hashtag cornrows, and you're not. And then for me, I look at it and I'm like, okay, you're completely trivializing the fact that me having my braids and me having my hair in an afro kind of has a big history behind that. So not necessarily you're appropriating it without understanding, but you're using blackness as a fashion statement, and that I have a problem with.
I once walked into a clothing store, right, and I was looking through things, and the salesperson came over to me and was like, oh my gosh, I love your personality. And I was like, How are you? And I was like, what do you mean by personality? And it's like, no, I can tell from your hair what kind of a person you are. I'm like,
You're strong.
just this?
You're a strong woman. You're a strong black woman.
Yeah, I think
knows herself.
we need to separate the person from the hair.
Yeah.
And I think it's difficult to do that because there are so many assumptions that are made about us just based on our hair.
Yeah.
And especially for black and brown women.
So I think that covers all our sentiments around the politics of black hair. And I mean, it's a discussion I'd love to tap into further, but this is all we have time for on this episode. Thank you for tuning in.